didn't know, or that Jimmy was covering stuff up. He didn't want stuff to come out. You know, he's very careful about his image. You know, the tangible proof that he knew but covered it up. You know, how do you prove that, you know? Well, there was a known offender, registered, convicted offender on the registry and everything, who worked there.
I can already feel the fact that MrBeast is gonna say that he didn't know that this person was an offender, but I find that really hard to believe because the other people did know that he was an offender. They legit asked the person to be wearing a mask so other people couldn't be recognizing him from the list, which is already pretty disturbing. I highly doubt MrBeast didn't know because he's the big boss. If legit other people that work there legit knew about the history of this dude, if this is legit, then I highly doubt the fact that MrBeast, the big boss, doesn't know about this dude's history. Another thing is why is this person being hired? Because there are obviously many people that are willing to be working for MrBeast. Obviously this person can be replaced by many other people. What's up dudes, welcome back by a new video on my channel. Today I'm gonna take another look at the MrBeast drama because everything is falling apart. Everything is getting worse for MrBeast. Someone is definitely gonna use that in the thumbnail of the video. But yeah, something else that just recently happened is that basically MrBeast's ex-girlfriend spoke up and made this long post about MrBeast. She's not specifically saying what MrBeast did, but I mean, looking at the tweets, I mean, it's not that positive, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I firstly thought it was MrBeast's recent girlfriend because I think she looks a lot like the recent girlfriend. I guess MrBeast has something for blondes. I mean, I'm not blaming him, but yeah. Here is the post itself, and you know, you can read it. I think the most important thing is where she is saying how he treats other women will ultimately be how he treats you. I mean, that's not too positive, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think there's specifically anything she's pointing out. Someone said this as well in the Reddit comments. She's basically saying nothing because yeah, maybe they had a toxic relationship, but that's many relationships honestly, and she's saying as well that she couldn't handle the fame, this and that, being, you know, MrBeast's girlfriend, but I don't think you can really blame that on MrBeast. This entire post is kind of saying nothing. I mean, she should have said something specific. Oh yeah, MrBeast did this and this, but she isn't. But I just wanted to point this out because I do think it's pretty interesting that an ex-girlfriend is speaking out about MrBeast. Maybe she's doing it for the attention, who knows, but I do think an ex-girlfriend probably knows MrBeast pretty well. If you want to know a person's character, you basically should talk to the close family, the ex-girlfriends, I mean the big friends. Those are the people that really know the person, so I think it's kind of interesting that an ex-girlfriend is saying this. But the big thing that recently happened with MrBeast is that dogpack made a new video basically going after stuff MrBeast did and the company did. Honestly, the previous video obviously was about how MrBeast sometimes is faking games and how he's basically giving money to the rich or people that he already knew previously, and people were obviously pretty upset about it because he's always acting like a Robin Hood, but he's basically giving money to the rich, which is not a Robin Hood, let's be honest here. So this video, honestly, even the last part is pretty disturbing. So this guy is an ex-employee of MrBeast and he's basically explaining how he got PTSD, because that's honestly the only way I can describe it, because the moment he starts legit talking about his experience, he started crying, which is not a normal thing, so let's go into it.
Because I've worked on a lot of them. I was there from 2019 to 2020, 2021-ish when I came back and did some more. I was there when they were authentic, and then I saw the transition to what I feel like is a company. He's like a TV show now. It went from YouTuber guy with a camera to Amazon.
I mean, that is true. His earlier content was much more personal and now really feels like a big company doing TV shows. You obviously don't have a personal connection with MrBeast. And I'm gonna say this as well, I think this is with all of YouTube, if you're gonna be fair. Like, it's all becoming more of a TV show / overproduction, this and that. Like, yeah, back in the day you had a YouTuber like PewDiePie that just became famous because of his character, and it wasn't because of his fancy editing, all of that type of stuff. No, he was just uploading a video of him playing a video game. Nowadays it just seems like so overproduced.
I feel really guilty about the way this like shook out. Yeah, I was talking to this other writer, Mike, that's how the pay is, and I want you to get paid more, because you deserve to get paid more. I don't have and he didn't want to rock the boat. He desperately didn't want to rock the boat. He's just, I like my job. I like, because when you grow up with, nothing, not to say that he did, but I know I did, you get a little something, you don't want to lose it. So he didn't want to rock the boat. But he said, hey man, if that's how you feel, if that's I trust you. He stood with me. He went to that meeting with me. And I said my piece, and he backed me up. And I said, I need XYZ or I'm out of here. And they said, bet. And they gave me a severance check the next day. And they gave him a severance check the next day. And if I knew he was going to lose his job too, I wouldn't have done it.
Man, that is truly really brutal that both of them legit got fired just because this guy was asking for more pay. I obviously don't know how much this dude got paid for working for MrBeast. He's obviously not telling, so I don't know if it's a fair pay or not. And this is obviously all allegedly. I just need to say that, especially when you go farther into this video, because some pretty bad accusations are made. So I don't want MrBeast team on my ass. I don't want any lawyers. I'm just pointing this out, making a commentary video. Don't roast your boy. So another thing that I think is pretty interesting is that you basically have MrBeast being a really hard businessman and the MrBeast that is appearing in the videos. I think those two are different people. I think behind the scenes MrBeast is much different, a big businessman making hard decisions and hard boss, and then you have the MrBeast that's obviously in the videos laughing and giving people money. You see that honestly a lot with celebrities as well, that they obviously much different when you alone with them or in private, and I guess that's the case with MrBeast here as well. And I don't understand it as well, because MrBeast is obviously a millionaire, so why is MrBeast not giving this dude more money? I mean, it really doesn't matter for MrBeast because he's already rich, he has millions and millions. And I always think by myself when I hear a story of like a YouTuber not paying an editor or something like that, and a YouTuber is like a millionaire, it really doesn't seem to be worth losing your image over a couple $100 of not paying someone that's working for you. To me, it seems like the image of a rich person is more important than a couple $100 of extra pay to someone that's working for him or her. That is to me something that I personally would do if I ever become a big YouTuber. I would not be Mr. Krabs like it seems like MrBeast is being. I just don't understand that, because I think the image of like a celeb / a YouTuber is more important than the little bit of extra pay you're gonna give towards someone who's working for you. Because if that person is ever going to call you out, your image is gonna be destroyed, and then you're regretting not paying that person.
Oh great! Want to know how they figured that one out? I didn't have it. One of the things was you got to take away your clock, so you didn't know what time it was. Okay, I got no access to sun, I got no access to clock, I don't know, the lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep, and I have insomnia problems now. But they might have started there. I had good people looking out for me. I had a lot of good people looking out for me, saying this we gotta stop. So I just wanted to turn the lights off, and I'm vocalizing to people. I wish the lights would turn off. And I go up to my friend, my good friend, and I go. They're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists. Oh good.
I mean, the lights being on 24/7 really seems to be messed up to me, honestly. It seems like MrBeast is just seeing the people as content pieces and not as human beings that needs sleep or that needs like emotional support. It just seems like MrBeast sees this dude as like a new fresh content on his channel, which is pretty disturbing. And I think we can all understand that not sleeping for a long time is really bad for your mental state. It's just, I would say it's pretty much close to abuse, honestly, if you're not allowing someone to sleep or you're putting the lights on 24/7.
And I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists.
Here he's legit saying that it's close to like a war crime. I didn't know that, but I do know a lot of people get pretty crazy if they don't sleep for a long time. And it's obviously really hard to sleep when the lights are on. If you're thinking by yourself, this cannot get any worse, well, you're so wrong. The biggest accusation is still to come, and it's pretty messed up if this accusation is for real. I obviously need to say again, it's all allegedly before the entire MrBeast legal team is on my ass. I'm just making a commentary video, taking a look at the video, but the biggest accusation is basically that MrBeast or the team basically hired a person that was worse than EDP 445. I'm not joking, I'm gonna show you it all, so go sit down.
The idea that Jimmy didn't know, or that Jimmy was covering stuff up. He didn't want stuff to come out. You know, he's very careful about his image. You know, the tangible proof that he knew but covered it up. You know, how do you prove that, you know? Well, there was a known offender, registered convicted offender on the registry and everything, who worked there.
I can already feel the fact that MrBeast is gonna say that he didn't know that this person was an offender, but I find that really hard to believe because the other people did know that he was an offender. They legit asked the person to be wearing a mask so other people couldn't be recognizing him from the list, which is already pretty disturbing. I highly doubt MrBeast didn't know because he's the big boss. If legit other people that work there legit knew about the history of this dude, if this is legit, then I highly doubt the fact that MrBeast, the big boss, doesn't know about this dude's history. Another thing is why is this person being hired? Because there are obviously many people that are willing to be working for MrBeast. Obviously this person can be replaced by many other people. I don't understand why this offender needs to be making videos with MrBeast and the squads. I just don't understand that. To me it just doesn't seem to be worth it, because the moment something about this is going to be leaked, obviously MrBeast is going to get much shit, which he does deserve if he did know about this. But having said all of this, what do you think about this video? Leave it in the comment section, subscribe on the channel, and I will see you all in the next one.